The Leafs are outscored 12-2. If I would have told you that, that there was a chance that Florida would outscore the Leafs in the last 2 games at home 12-2, you probably would have told me.
I would have believed you. Why wouldn't I believe you?
Well, because it was supposed to be different this year.
Yeah. I will say, Kip, I've said this a couple times, and I know it's laying my reputation on the line when I say it, but I was shocked. Truly, wholly shocked that it happened again. Game 5, I was like, once in a while, good teams get beat bad at home. I mentioned Florida did it in the Cup final last year, but they had a chance to redeem themselves under the pressure. To do it again was almost a gift, because we don't have to wonder what if. It was just definitive. They got mopped, and I'm shocked.
And listen, I've been around the game a long time. I can't begin to give you a reason why. Just a reason why. I don't even know where to start.
I know, Kip. I know exactly what you're saying.
Effort? Maybe,
But
maybe not.
But no, they're not going to not try in Game 7.
They don't care? Come on.
No, you care too much?
I don't know. I don't know. The more I'd watch this team, probably the worse I would get at trying to break down why we saw a Game 5 and a Game 7.
Which is maybe the worst case scenario for analysis that you see out there. Is it's a bit of a Rorschach test? I'm not sure how to say that exactly, but people see what they want to see on this and impose whatever they want to impose. The guys have no heart, or maybe they are poorly coached, or maybe they should. Everyone can put whatever they want on this because no one can definitively say you're wrong. It is baffling how good a team they were and can show that they can be, even in just Game 6, to be that in Game 5 and 7.
Yeah.
Samuel, how you doing?
I'm bad.
You're bad.
Quite bad.
You're not
Yeah.
good. You're not good.
I'm not good. I'm not good. I really, last night, you try to, I think I said on Friday that there's 2 outcomes where, they have a miracle comeback in this series, and though that's a good outcome. And if they end up losing the series, it's a good outcome too, because changes are there, and all this bull crap I said to myself to try to convince myself that I would be okay with a loss in either of those games. And I'm just not.
Yeah.
And I'm just not. And just the whole ecosystem of being a Toronto Maple Leaf fan right now, today, is horrendous.
Yeah.
It is a horrendous world to live in as a Toronto Maple Leaf fan right now. The butt of every joke as usual. The conversations of every other guy on the other team feeling sorry for you. The superstar homegrown guy that everybody hates is now leaving, and it shouldn't be like that. It's just the ecosystem that we are living in is a hellscape for Toronto Maple Leaf fans. I'm feeling it. I know all my brothers and sisters who love the Leafs are feeling it. It's an awful day, fellas. I'm sick.
Yeah.
Truly. And I'm not trying to sugarcoat this at all. This isn't a take. This is pure emotion of how I'm feeling. I feel awful. I'm bad. Bad.
And
Sorry.
I think you speak for a lot of people out there, Sammy.
Well, the pain that you endured as a Leaf fan 10 years ago, and to watch this new era come in, Brendan Shanahan came in, there was going to be short-term pain, which everybody bought into so you could build it up. And it started with top 10 picks.
Yeah.
Willie, Marner,
Matthews, the hometown hero returning home.
And that was the start of it. And now here we are today, where the band finally breaks up. Right?
And we got lots of time. It ain't just today.
Yeah.
We got lots of time to pick through all that.
For sure. But let's I want to, before we start picking at all of it here, what do you want to
Just
say?
to your point, I think that's what's really hard for me, and I'll speak for Leaf fans to come to grips with, is just how fast this seemingly happened. That it feels like, honestly, boys, just last year.
This is you being middle-aged, because this is what it's like.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
for having kids. It's like, oh my God, my son's 8?
No, but it's just
like a blink.
2017 feels like last year. And it was all hope, and it was just looking forward and being like, oh my God, they have Marner, Matthews, Nylander, all young, all in their primes. We're going to have them for all this time. and just you snap your fingers and nothing has happened. And they're all hated. And it's just, I never dreamt it would be like this.
You said before, like all this
happened.
possible simulations of this universe.
Yes.
This is pretty much the worst.
Okay, let's just break down
All right.
a little bit Game 7.
Okay.
Because what did we see? What did we like, not like about Game 7 besides the outcome?
Yeah.
Let's just start with the first 5 or 10 minutes where Florida kind of had their way with them.
Mm-hmm.
And lo and behold, I mean, they were still at zeros.
Mm-hmm.
And it seemed that they weathered the storm. That's the catchphrase, obviously, post-game from everybody. And they had a decent back half of a first period where at times they were better than Florida. Like it looked like it was shaping up to be one of these epic second and third periods.
It did. You know, like you said, they hung in there, and going into the game, I was like, if Joseph Woll is good for them, this is going to be, you're going to end up with a game where it's like the so-and-so game. It's the Marner game, or it's the whatever, where someone has a big moment. It's going to be close. There's going to be something, one moment that this game hangs on. Woll comes out, keeps the minute, makes all these huge saves. All of a sudden, the Leafs find their feet a little bit. Willie almost scores that one, right? You know, the solo effort. And it felt like this was, where at that point, they had worked through the tension and found their game. Woll got them there.
And a couple of big scoring opportunities, if I'm not mistaken. Lawton, and then Lawrence had a breakaway.
Yeah, had some semi-breakaways.
Do you think there's any world at all where if he scores, there's just a different energy moving
Of course,
forward?
that changes the game. Yes. All of a sudden, it's like, they have to take some chances. They have to open up. It all starts to work in the Leafs' favor if one of those goes in early.
God loves Stevie Lorenz, but could you just mix in a fake?
And from distance,
Just mix
top of circles, mid-net wrister.
Could you just
Yeah.
mix in a pump fake?
I think
or
I,
something.
I think in November he could have.
Maybe. Too
Game
nervous.
7.
Totally.
So
Didn't want to
much
stick handle
on
it
the
into the corner.
line. You see Bobrovsky, though, out top of the paint,
Give him nothing.
out nothing.
Yeah.
Zero.
I want to say Bob is one of the best in the league in those one-on-one scenarios. He's really good
Flies
at
out.
depth and
Okay, let's get Craig Berube's overview of the Game 7.
We got out of the first period. You know, they came hard the first 10, 11 minutes. You know, we weathered that storm. I thought we started to come, took a penalty, killed it off. So going into the second, you know, it was more of the same like the first. I mean, we just didn't handle the pressure tonight that they came with. You know, we got it, you know, so obviously wasn't good enough.
The Leafs' 75 shot attempts allowed are the most by any team this season through 2 periods, regular season and playoffs. So after those 2 periods, no team, not the Sharks, the Ducks, anyone, had allowed 75 shot attempts as the Leafs did in
Yeah.
that game
Yeah.
to Florida.